Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. I need to give me a good sound check. I don't know if my sound coming my way. What's the word? Anybody, talk to me. How my sound sound? Good? Okay, good deal, good deal. Yeah, man. What's up, Ben, man? Chapo, what's the deal? What is the deal? Let's get into it, man. All right. Welcome to the P-Ave Perspective. I'm your host, Mr. O'Neal. As usual, I want to thank y'all for tuning in with me, whether it's the people watching live or whether it's the people that's going to tune in and watch the video later. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Like, for the longest, I've been, you know what I'm saying, well, not for the longest, but for the last couple of weeks, I've been talking about stuff that we need to do as individuals, we need to do as a community, we need to do as families, how we need to come together and start getting ourselves together and switching up how we do things. And like today's show, relations and relationships, we're going to touch on a lot of that. But we have to understand, man, that relationships are the foundation of everything. Whether it's family relationships, whether it's relationships with people in your neighborhood, whether it's relationships with people at work, relationships are the foundation for team building and getting stuff done as a group. And as we know, man, like our relationships, the relationships nowadays, they're nothing like they used to be. They're not as strong as they used to be. They're not as solid as they used to be. And that is one of the main reasons why we're in the state we're in. But like most issues, this issue here is the same. It's the same issue. When I talk about this issue, I have to talk in two parts. You know what I'm saying? I have to talk, like I said, most of the stuff I discuss, most of the stuff that I feel like caused the problems that we facing now, or was the one of the main reasons for the problems we facing now, is the crack cocaine epidemic. I always go back to that. And it's the same thing with relationships. If you look at it from those two different perspectives, before crack and after crack, if you were around to be able to see what was going on with us before crack and after crack, then you see how it changed. You see how it changed. You know what I'm saying? Before crack, there were a lot more marriages. There were a lot more strong marriages. There were stronger family ties. There were more stronger, nurturing relationships. On a basic level, those relationships were stronger and more lasting because back then people followed the formula with relationships. People follow the formula with relationships. And that's the whole concept of the show tonight. Relating, relations, and relationships. It's a pattern. And it's like, with everything that went on in the world, with everything that was going on in the world, we got to the point where we started skipping steps. And people started actually being in relationships before they would relate to people or before they build relations. People jump right into relationships and they wonder why those relationships don't work out. You know what I'm saying? It's basically like you trying to jump into a relationship with people you don't know. How can you be friends with people you don't really know? Let alone be in a committed sexual relationship. How could you be in a sexual relationship with somebody you really don't know? And that's what's happening a lot. It's happening more and more and more these days. We ended up in relationships. We dealing with people. We learning people. And then eventually you get to the point where you realize, like, I don't know this person, but you're in a relationship with that person, and that's for a lot of different reasons. But the main reason is because we don't follow the process. We skipping steps. You know, relationships, like everything else, have become like fast food. Everybody want it right now. You know what I'm saying? People just feel like they're gonna wake up one day, find them a woman. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get married the next day, and they're gonna ball. You know what I'm saying? For the rest of the relationship, and that's not how it works. That's not how it works. So I want to talk about, like I said, with everything I do, with everything I discuss, the one thing I will always do is define. Because if you know like I know, that's one of the main things wrong with communication nowadays. People calling stuff what it ain't and thinking that, you know what I'm saying, that's what it is, and it's not. Everything has, you know what I'm saying, a definition. And before we can communicate and we can agree to understand on each other, we got to make sure that we're talking about the same thing. So I want to give you the definition and the characteristics of each one of these words. Relating. Relating refers to the way individuals connect, interact with each other. It involves dynamics, behavior, and communication patterns that occur in any interaction between people. Relating. Relating, you know what I'm saying, is basically like, if we from the same hood, basically we, you know what I'm saying, got some of the same beliefs, we use the same slang, use the same language, we have some of the same behaviors because we all are from basically one community or one neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Which, on a basic level, we relate to each other. The characteristics. Relating can be casual or deep, depending on the context and the level of the connection between individuals. It encompasses how people engage with each other socially, emotionally, intellectually, and professionally. Now listen to that. Relating. It encompasses how we engage with each other, how we rock with each other, how we kick it with each other. On the social level, on the emotional level, on the intellectual level, and on the professional level. That's relating. That's the definition for relating. Basic and simple. Relating. Relating to people. Do we relate? Can we relate? Do we, you know what I'm saying? Like, next, relations. Relations typically refer to the connections or association between people. It can be used broadly to describe any type of connection, whether familial, whether it's family, social, professional, or personal. Relations. The characteristics of relations are as follows. Relations can be formal or informal, temporary or enduring. They involve the recognition of some form of connection or affiliation between individuals, such as being related by blood, being colleagues at work, or being friends. Relations. Relations. You know what I'm saying? Informal, temporary, or long term. So you can relate, you know what I'm saying? If you building relations, that can either be a short-term process, you know what I'm saying, or a long-term process. We're going to be friends, we're going to be cool, or you know what I'm saying, we'll take it further. Now, last but not least, relationships. Relationships are specific, often deeper connections between two or more people that involve emotional, social, or intimate interactions. Unlike mere relations, relationships imply ongoing interactions and a mutual commitment to some degree. Relationship characteristics. Relationships can be romantic, i.e., an example would be partnerships, marriages. It could be familiar or family, which relationships between parents, kids. It could be friendships, or it could be professional. Mentor, mentees, your boss, colleague. They involve shared experiences, emotional bonds, and mutual understanding to varying degrees. Think about that. Shared experiences, emotional bonds, and mutual understanding make up relationships. How are we ending up in relationships with people that we haven't shared any experiences with? We haven't took the time and effort to build any emotional bonds with. It's all usually physical. And we constantly arguing and bickering because we don't have a mutual understanding. Think about that. They saying that all of this should be done in the friendship stage. All of this should be done in the friendship stage. All of it. And for people that, you know what I'm saying, say intimate, meaning sexual. Intimate relationships is an interpersonal relationship that involves emotional or physical closeness between people and may include sexual intimacy or feelings of romance and love. May include. Women know that. Women know intimacy, you know what I'm saying? When they speak on intimacy, they're not always speaking on sex. So think about it. We're supposed to be able to relate, build relations, and build relationships. Then, if it's working and everything is in good and we relating and we can build solid relations and we have a good relationship, then I might know you enough, you know what I'm saying, or you might know me enough to consider, you know what I'm saying, if we sexually compatible. Because think about it. When you get to that point where you sexing, I knew from the first time I had sex, it was a possibility that I could make a baby. So for the people who, you know what I'm saying, when we go through the process of saying, you know what I'm saying, my baby daddies, I'm a man. I'm a man. I had to take responsibility for every woman I chose to lay with because I knew that woman could possibly be one of my kids' mothers. So that had to come with some kind of discretion. Nobody wants to take responsibility. Everybody calling out deadbeat dads. But I can say for me, I couldn't call my, you know what I'm saying, kids' mother, deadbeat mothers when I chose them. When I chose to lay down with them and I chose to have sexual relations with them. Because based on the format, I should have known them by now. I should have had, you know what I'm saying, built up, you know what I'm saying, developing relationships. I should have had physical closeness by then. You know what I'm saying? I should have, you know what I'm saying, like been emotionally involved. All of that. I should have known, you know what I'm saying, the likes and dislikes, the dreams and goals, the motivations, the fears. You're supposed to know that, you know what I'm saying? Like that's supposed to be known before you lay down. Because once you lay down and the magic happens, once the baby comes, it's too late then to find out if he was a stand-up dude. It's too late to find out, you know what I'm saying, if he was going to be in his child. It's too late, then. All that comes, you know what I'm saying, with the relating, you know what I'm saying, and the relations and building relationships. All that should be found out. But we so quick to move off the physical, and that's what the world has taught us. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, after crack cocaine, that's where it went. You know what I'm saying? Nobody had like everybody morals was tested. And to some people, their body became the only means of making a way. Their body became the only means of making a way. So they were exploited. Not all of us, you know what I'm saying, followed this basic pattern, you know what I'm saying, for building relationships. A lot of us didn't know it. I didn't know it. I had to figure it out. But the one thing I can say about me in my early upbringing, and that's why I always say how much your early upbringing have in the person you become in life. Because I was able to see a strong marriage. I was able to see men in their kids' lives taking care of their kids. I was able to see stepdads step up and play the role of dads. I was able to see stepmothers step up and play the role of dad. And I believe that saved me from being a lost soul when it comes to relationships. Because I learned most of this stuff, you know what I'm saying, like we normally supposed to learn it. Think about this. We are supposed to learn how to relate, how to build relations and establish relationships before we even know what a boyfriend or a girlfriend is. Think about that. Before we even get introduced to boyfriends and girlfriends, within the family structure, within the community, within the neighborhood, you are supposed to learn these things. Every day, you relate to people, whether it's in school, whether it's in the neighborhood, you build relations, and you establish relationships, friends, you know, the homies, you know what I'm saying, everybody. All of this stuff, you know what I'm saying, that you're supposed to practice this before you even get to the point where you're interested in boys and girls. But that's not how life works all the time. That's not how life worked for us. Because we didn't get it. We didn't get schooled. And let's be honest with ourselves. This each individual, you have to look in yourself, you know what I'm saying, when I say let's be honest, and ask yourself this. It ain't about sharing it. You don't have to share it, but you have to, know what I'm saying, look within yourself to be able to say, okay, that's true or that's not true. That's the only way we're going to start to get better. But keep it real. Did you understand the true nature of relationships before you started having sex? Think about that. And for a lot of people, that's just like, if the answer is no, I didn't understand it, like you were at a disadvantage. You started trying to build something that you didn't know how to build. You didn't know what it was. How are you going to build a relationship when you don't even know the foundations of relationships? But most of us ended up having sex, but before we even really knew what love was. A lot of women, because, you know what I'm saying, like I said, I know guys. I've never been the guy to do it, but a lot of women fell, young girls or girls fell for the, well, if you love me, you will. And a lot of y'all did it out of love. But did you really know what love was? Did you understand who you really were? Were you, you know what I'm saying, self-aware? Were you in a place mentally and emotionally where I know where I'm at, I know who I am as an individual, I know my likes and dislikes, I have my aspirations and goals, etc. Were you aware of all that before you had sex? If you didn't, you were out of pocket. Not saying you did anything wrong, but imagine trying to build a house, you know what I'm saying, when you don't know the first thing about building a house. How is it going to turn out? Just like generally every relationship we didn't have. Because it wasn't built on nothing. It wasn't built on nothing solid. We weren't even in the right mind state to be able to say, okay, this is who I am. This is what I need from you in order to, you know what I'm saying, help make me a better person. And this is what I can give you in order to help make you a better person and help us build each other in this relationship. But it's just like eating food. It's just like kids, because we were kids then. It's just like a child. We know now as adults, If I don't feed my child the right food, the right nutrition, my child won't develop right. So think about that. So if I grow up in the wrong neighborhood, I'm hanging around the wrong people, I'm dealing with, issues that children shouldn't be dealing with, that can limit your emotional and mental development. Or worse, it could cause permanent mental, or emotional damage. And what do you think that do to that person going forward in relationship? It hinders the progress. It hinders the progress. If you're not fully, balanced, if you're not fully in a certain place mentally or emotionally, nothing you try to do to relate will work, because that's what it's based on. And if you out of whack mentally and emotionally, it shows a part in your relationship. And this don't apply to everybody. Everybody is not mentally damaged. Everybody is not emotionally damaged. But I can guarantee you this, even if it don't apply to you personally, if you're not personally, damaged, and you just balanced, like I consider myself pretty much balanced. But it still affects me because I date. When I date, or when I'm dating, I go out, and these are the people that I run into. These are the women that I run into. The damaged women. The emotional damage, the physically damaged women. These are the women that I run into. Trying to be a good dude. I'm running into women, that I've already been damaged by other dudes because they didn't know the process, for building relationships. They didn't know the process for establishing relationships. So, first and foremost in our way, we got to discuss that. Any meaningful relationship that you have should be a benefit to everyone involved. Any relationship that you have, you should be able to benefit from that person, and that person should be able to benefit from you. Not saying financially, but if it's somebody that you can call, to talk to when you got a problem, that just listen. And vice versa. You can do the same thing with no judgment, with no running to talk behind your back or to tell nobody what you got going on. Just simple, simply being there. Like we said, the borrower, like we were saying last time about the neighborhood, when you could borrow a cup of sugar. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of stuff. Like everybody should be able to benefit, and it shouldn't be just one way. Everybody should begin to benefit. We always talk about what we bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, if you bring, the meat, and I bring the sides, we both can eat. And we both can eat good. And that's what any relationship is. Any relationship, it has to be mutual, or if not, somebody getting cheated. And that's not what it's about. So successful relationships are built on several foundational elements that contribute to the strength and longevity. And like I used to say back in the days, these things must be taught because they can't be bought. None of this can be bought, man. You either born with it and taught this along the early part of your life, or you just out here naked. You just moving naked. And I'm going to tell you what those things are. And like, everybody think about this, you know what I'm saying? These are the elements of a basic relationship. We're not even talking about sex. We're not even talking about romantic relationships. We are talking about friendship. Because we got away from being friends. Women now tell me they can't be my friend because I can't be their man. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. Like women now tell me, well, I don't want no man that's, talking to no other women. Like, think about that. I learned when I was younger that everybody that comes into our life for a reason. They coming into our life to teach us something, for us to get something from them, to learn something. That's everybody, even the bad people. Think about it. I used to tell people all the time, a person stole $50 from you. You know what I'm saying? I told another partner, I said, well, that's a cheap lesson. It cost me $50. It could have cost me $500. Because if I trust you around 50, I trust you around 500. So that 50 was a cheap lesson. That taught me, that he's not the type of friend that I am. You know what I'm saying? So that showed me a lot. But these things that I'm about to list, and then I'm going to go over them, these things should be established, or you should, you know what I'm saying, know these things. This should be in you before you even get to the point where you're thinking about a girlfriend or a boyfriend. And that's crazy because if you look at it now, well, come on now, I have to tell my daughters, you know what I'm saying? I have to tell, you know what I'm saying, my daughters, hey, that's a baby. Don't, you know what I'm saying, be having no with the sexy red, or don't be having talking about no boyfriends, none of that there. Like, we literally talk about nowadays, these people nowadays, the women, I see them talk to them little girl. You got a boyfriend? Before they even know what a relationship is. You talking about a boyfriend. How do that sound? Come on now. Like I said, these things should be taught before you even get to the point where you're thinking about boyfriends. Number one, boundaries. Before you even get, like in relationships, whether it's your friends, whether it's anybody, early on, you should learn your own boundaries. You should know, I'm not going to do this regardless of what my friends do, because I don't do this. Yeah, my friends do this, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? You should have boundaries. Yeah, y'all might, you know, kiss on them other girls and fondle on them other girls, you know what I'm saying? But I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You should have boundaries off the top. From early on, when your mama telling you, you're not sitting on me in lap, don't sit in on me in lap, don't, you know what I'm saying, be alone with no men. Like, all of that should be established at an early age. Boundaries. Respect. Come on. Come on. Communication. Conflict resolution. Trust. Support. Empathy. Shared values. And compromise. Think about that. Do you know those things right now? Are you proficient in all those things right now? Do you set good boundaries? Do you give the utmost respect? Not a little bit, because respect is not 50%. Do you give respect to everyone you come in contact with? Not saying nobody that's disrespecting you, but like me, I lead with respect every time. So when you don't return that respect, I have a right, you know what I'm saying, to quit dealing with you. It's no problem, it's no issue. But do you have good communication skills? Are you good at resolving conflict? Do you have trust issues? Or are you fully able to trust somebody wholeheartedly? Do you support? Do you know how to give support? Do you have empathy? Shared values. Do y'all have the same values, you and your friends? Do y'all value the same things? Are you able to compromise? Did you learn to compromise? We learned to share. You know what I'm saying? Like early on, we were supposed to learn that. Like all of this we were supposed to learn before we got to a certain age, when we were still kids. Like I said, these things are taught to us, supposedly, before we even get to the point where we're old enough. So by the time, think about this, by the time you get to the point where you're old enough to date, you should be ready if you follow the proper steps. Now, let's talk a little bit more in depth about each one of them. Boundaries. Respecting a person's boundaries and establishing good boundaries helps maintain healthy balance between individuality and togetherness. Regardless of what you commit to a relationship, you are still an individual within a relationship. And just like me as a man, I don't care what relationship I get in, I'm setting boundaries because I need what I need, I want what I want. And I'm man enough to let a woman know up front, this is what I need from you, this is, you know what I'm saying, what I want from you. What do you need from me in order to make this successful? And I'm man enough to where if you say anything, like women today, I need a man that don't be all in a women's face. I can't give you that. I can't give you that because as a man, every woman that come into my life, you know what I'm saying, is coming into my life to give me something that I need. That's why God brings people into our lives. Like I said, to teach us lessons. So I would never be in a relationship with one person to tell me stop socializing. Because socializing helps with my growth and development. It helps with everybody's growth and development when you socializing with the right people. When you building the right network, when you know what I'm saying, establishing the right partnerships. All of that is beneficial. So I would never allow somebody to tell me, based on their insecurities, I don't want you talking to people. I don't want you dealing with people. That sounds crazy. That sounds damaged. That sounds like a person, you know what I'm saying, who didn't get all these qualities before they started dating. So they don't know what they're doing. Imagine it. Imagine me getting with, you know what I'm saying, one of you women and saying, I don't want you talking to no men. I don't want, no. No, because growth and development. You know how far to take it. I'm giving a woman credit for that. But I don't have to dictate what a woman do, because one thing I learned, we don't control people. We don't control people. We control ourselves. But I've always had pretty strong boundaries. You know, the most I've ever allowed my boundaries to be tested was when I got married. That's the only time. No other woman, no, you cannot test my boundaries. And when it came with the marriage, because that's a deeper commitment. That's where you get into compromising. Before then, the boundaries are set. If you don't like it, keep rolling. That's cool. No loss. But I'd rather, you know what I'm saying, like when you come in with an understanding, so it won't be no misunderstanding. But boundaries. When it comes to boundaries, you look back at, you know what I'm saying, the youth in my generation and the youth now. When you deal with abandonment, when you deal with mental and emotional trauma and abuse, a lack of basic needs like food, shelter, clothes, then you add the drugs, and then you add the money to the mix with kids that don't have nothing, don't have no structure, and don't have anything. When you introduce all of that to the mix, that destroys the boundaries. That can destroy the boundaries. Because a woman may be taught, hey, I know a lot of these women was taught, hey, you don't give no man your goodies, you don't get, but think about that when she's hungry and she don't have a place to stay. And then you have that person that coming on that's willing to take advantage of it. That plays a role, you know what I'm saying, in destroying the boundaries. And destroying, you know what I'm saying, like, if we ever had any boundaries. But we gotta teach ladies now. You gotta have a set of boundaries. You got to. And I don't care what they say. I seen people talking on social media about the little girl, that's the girl that was call herself, what she do? Call herself exposing the guy because the guy took her to a restaurant that wasn't up to her standards. That's where you're wrong. Now, this is where she's wrong. She right. She has the right to set boundaries. If she feel like she don't want to eat at a certain restaurant, like she has the right to set those boundaries. But she also has to understand that a man has the right to accept or reject those boundaries, and that don't make him less of a man. If you, as a woman, decide you're not gonna have sex no more till you marry, a man can say what he want to say. He shouldn't be able to change that though. A man can say, "Oh, you this, oh, you that." He can say anything he wanted to, but that shouldn't change your boundaries. You shouldn't change your boundaries. If that's what's going to protect you, that's what your boundaries are meant to do. And the fact that so many women have been battered, abused, you know what I'm saying, abused by so many different men, to the point where you have so many women running around here saying it's no good, men ain't shit. I guarantee you, check their boundaries. Check their boundaries. Because honestly, that's the only way bullshit men get into your life. Your boundaries got to be low. You have to lower your standards. You have to lower your boundaries, or you have to put the blinders on to the point where you don't see what's going on. Because if you taking the time to follow this process of relating, building relations, and establishing relationships, you should see that. You should see that along the way. Not just, I meet him, he cute, I want to be in a relationship with him. Yeah, he's going to say that because you know what he after. You know what he after. So you have to set the boundaries. You have to be the one to say, yeah, I know all these women out here easy. That's why these men out here taking the easy route. But I'm not easy, so I'm okay with that. You got to get to the point where you okay with that. Respect. Mutual respect means valuing each other's feelings, boundaries, and differences. It involves treating each other with kindness and consideration. Man, as a man, I learned that I was born in this world by myself. I'm going to leave this world by myself. Along the way, I'm on my own life's mission. People may come into my life to help aid in that mission. People may come in that life to throw a roadblock, to, teach me, how to adapt to a certain thing along that mission. I've had plenty of women come into my life along the way to help me with my mission. But I knew that none of them guaranteed to be there forever. So, I've always respected women to the point where I've never told a woman, because you're my girlfriend, stop socializing with other men. Because I've always told the women, like I tell my sisters, hey, we're not guaranteed to be together forever. So while you're helping me accomplish my goals, what are your goals? Because I want to help you accomplish your goals too. So if somewhere down the line we part and we go our separate ways and it don't work, I don't want you to feel like, well, I helped him with everything, and I helped him build his, and now I'm out. No, because that's my mission. Everybody, in my life is not meant to make it to the end of my mission. I understand that. So I'm never trying to hold somebody here, or I'm never trying to stop nobody from, pursuing their mission. If I'm a boyfriend, your husband might be out there. So if I love you and I really care about you, I want the best for you. So if somebody is out there, that's for you, that can give you more than I can, and you choose to take that route, it might hurt me, but out of respect, I'm going to always respect you. I'm going to always honor that. As long as I know what's going on. That's the only thing you owe me. That's the only thing I owe people, is to be honest. If I decide I want to, leave my woman today and go be with another woman, the only thing I owe her is to be honest. Hopefully she'll understand. Hopefully she'll respect the fact that, at least he was honest. Because we know nothing is forever. Nothing is guaranteed. So learn to respect people for that. Quit trying to control people. Stop trying. You cannot control people. That's why it's no good men, because they're not going to let you control them. That's why it's no good women out there, because they're not going to let you control them. That don't make them bad. That make you bullshit. Simple as that. Learn to respect people. You have to let your child go one day. As much as I love my kids, I have to let them all go. Eventually, they're going to start getting married. They already have them. Say everything. I can control them. How am I going to control another grown-up with two other different parents? No, man. Quit trying to, get in a relationship so you can take somebody and put them in the shelf in the room. I'm going to tell you like this. I don't, get in relationships to settle down. I get in relationships to power up. Respect, man. Next, communication. Come on. Do you know how to communicate? Or are you still quick to get in your feelings, or let somebody flip your switch or punch your button, to throw you off, where, your communication go out the window? Can you communicate? Can you speak openly and honestly about, whatever it is that's going on without getting emotional? Without, talking about the feeling. We talking about the facts. Can you communicate that? And can you listen? Not listen so you can respond, but can you listen to understand? I've always been great at that. I've always been great at communication. When it comes, to me, my personal flaw that I feel like in communication is, I be trying too hard to understand people. Because I know I love to relate. I love to build relations. I love to build relationships. So I'm trying to understand everybody, but I had to learn though. The only way you can understand crazy is if you crazy. So I don't want to understand everybody that bad. I had to get out of that, but that was my flaw when it comes to communication. I want to understand everybody. I want to try to help everybody. I want to try to, you know what I'm saying? That is it. Relate. If it's a possibility, you know what I'm saying? But communication. We got to have communication, man. We got to build a communication. We got to get back into talking to people. You know what I'm saying? Talking to people on the phone, not just texting. Because it's a lot that you know, go miss in the text that you can't get. We have to start communicating, man. We have to learn to start communicating. We have to learn to start listening. We have to learn to start understanding. That's the only way we're going to, you know what I'm saying, start building these relationships, man. Communication. And my people know. I'm here to listen. Y'all, you know, and I got a few people I call, you know what I'm saying, when I need to talk. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk to everybody because I know everybody is not worthy. But, like, there are people out there. We have to build it back up. We have to get back to the point, man, where, you know, we communicate. It don't work without communication. Nothing. Not into that. Like I said, I'm not talking about intimate relationships. As humans, we should be able to communicate. As humans, we should have respect for each other. The next thing, and this is serious, this, I believe, you know what I'm saying, is one of the keys when it comes to dealing with other people. Empathy, man. Empathy. Understanding and empathizing with other people's emotions and perspectives fosters connections and intimacy. Man, empathy is one of the most, for my fellas, you know what I'm saying? This is going to sound crazy, but if you're dealing with a woman and she's saying, empathy is your key to understand. And people talk about it, man, empathy is simply this. Before I do something, I'm willing to stop and think about the people involved and say, how is this going to affect them? How does she feel? How is she going to feel? You know what I'm saying? Empathy is when a person come and talk to me and they're telling me, you know what I'm saying, about the stuff that they're going through. Even though I haven't went through this, I should be able to sit and say, okay, well, if you did go through this, if you did go through something like this, how would it make you feel? How, you know what I'm saying, like, would it hurt you if somebody did you this or this? When empathy helps you understand the next person and understand what they're going through, understand what they're dealing with. That is the key. So when one man telling you, I don't want to hear about you and your ex nigga, because that nigga, I'm the man that's telling you, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Because if you tell me everything he did wrong, I know not to do that. If you tell me everything he did right, I know I got to step my game up, and I know, you know what I'm saying, genuinely what I have to do. If you tell me, you know what I'm saying, the stuff that you don't like, I'll make sure, you know what I'm saying, do my part to make sure that never comes around you. If you tell me the stuff you do like, if I can, I'll do my part to make sure to shower you with that. But it starts with communication. If you can't relay that to me, then I don't know what's going on. Conflict resolution. This right here is my weak point. This is my weak point. You know what I'm saying? Conflict resolution. Being able to resolve conflicts constructively without resorting to blame or defensiveness is crucial for the health of the relationship. That's my weakness right there. And I'm going to say this. It's not with women. I don't have conflict with women. I'm a man. But I can't have conflict with women. If you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If you don't want to accept you wrong, I ain't got to deal with you. It's no conflict. We are opposites. You know what I'm saying? When you find the right match for you, that person lifts you just as much as you lift them. So, if we can communicate, if we have set up the proper boundaries and we respect each other's boundaries, and we have respect for ourselves and respect for each other, you may have a disagreement, but you never have, you know what I'm saying, conflicts. You never have conflicts. My weakness is the person, you know what I'm saying, the man. Women, you get leeway because you're a woman. You can't say something that hurt me. You can't call me out of my name to make me react because I'm a man. As long as you don't put your hand on me or try to harm me in no way physically, you okay. You can say what you want to say. You can do all of that because I'm a man. I'm a real, solid, balanced man. That doesn't affect me. But a man couldn't do the same thing. So that's where, like I said, that's my week, conflict resolution. I'm getting better about it. I'm way better about it. But you can't talk to me no any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? You can't talk to my people no any kind of way like that. Like that. But that's my weakness. But like I said, for the people who know and deal with me, I communicate. That's why, you know what I'm saying, that, like I have a problem with company because I can communicate. I can be accountable for my actions. I can apologize. I can do all of that. But if you don't handle that accordingly, I get out of character with a man. I will. So that's my weakness. That's the area that I'm still working on. So I'm able to wear that on my sleeve and show people. You know what I'm saying? Like this is my, you know what I'm saying, weak point. We don't like showing our weak points. That's my weak point. You know what I'm saying? Conflict. I still get active. If it come down to it. If I feel like it's working, I still get active. But like I said, rarely does it ever come to conflict with women, with men. If you're gonna argue with everything I say, as a man, I'm trying to tell you the right thing. I'm trying to do the right thing by you. If you want to argue with that, then I'm wasting my time. Simply. You can't make nobody, you know what I'm saying, be great. You can't make nobody be the best version of themselves. You can't make nobody focus on their goals. You can't do that. So that's where it is. You know what I'm saying? Next, trust. Trust forms the bedrock of any healthy relationship. It involves being reliable, honest, consistent in words and actions. This is crucial because when people say you're damaged, this is the one area where I was damaged as a kid. But I'm going to show you this. This is what kills me with people. Because I was damaged and because my trust was damaged as a kid, that didn't mean I just went out and said I can't trust no females, I can't trust nobody. That's not what that meant. What that means, you know what I'm saying, to those people, you know what I'm saying, who were really in tune with themselves, when you figure out a problem, like my problem was trust, so what I did, I established boundaries. That's what I did. Like I didn't build up no bricks and say, oh, nobody never gonna hurt me again, nobody gonna, you know what I'm saying? No. Become a sane man. I'm a balanced man. I know woman is for me. That one may not be. But excuse my French, I would be G-A-Y if I ever said all women ain't, and I'm not that guy, man. I was meant to be with women. So while she might not have been the one, she might have, you know what I'm saying, had trust issues, she might have had issues over her, like that just means they wasn't the one. So that just means I have to tighten up my game and tighten my screws a little bit so I quit attracting them tight. You know what I'm saying? That's all it means. But when I trust somebody coming into my life, I'm giving you all trust as a human. I don't trust you to be perfect. But I trust you to where if we establish a set of boundaries on how we're going to be friends, how we're going to relate, or how we're going to deal with each other, or how I want you to respect those boundaries. Once I see that you don't respect those boundaries, I'll cut your ass off. And they'll say, oh, you don't care. If you can leave me that quick, you don't care. No, I care about me more than I care about dealing with your bullshit. That's what it is. And if that means I don't care about you, hey, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. So, man, trust. Like, we have to rebuild and reestablish trust. For real. A lot of us know that we can't, you know what I'm saying, put 100% trust in nobody. Based on our past issues. Y'all, we know that. A lot of us know that. We don't trust people. So how can you be out looking for a relationship, or how can you know what I'm saying, why would you be out looking for a relationship when you know you don't trust people? Work on you. Don't jump in a relationship with me, you know what I'm saying, and 10 niggas and cheated on you and you don't trust me. to the point where you sweat me behind, you know what I'm saying, stuff that I'm doing because it looks like what they did in the past. No. Mm-hmm. If you can't trust wholeheartedly, you're not ready for a relationship. And that's no knock to you, but I'll be willing to say this to you now and tell you this now and be honest with you so you won't keep going out there getting hurt. Because that's all that's going to happen. That's all that's going to happen. You're going to continue to get hurt because you're not right. You know what I'm saying? You haven't been relating right. You haven't been building the proper relations. And you haven't established the proper relationships. So we got to get back to the basics. We got to get back to the basics. Next is support. Being there for each other through both the good times and the challenging times. This includes emotional support, encouragement, and assistance when needed. It ain't mean I got to loan you no money, man, to support you. I ain't talking about that support. A lot of us ain't got no money. So if I ain't got no money, I just don't have it. Do that mean I don't support you? If you say so, cool. I don't care. But I'm here for you. You need to talk. If I got it, you got it. And I ain't looking for it back. My people know that. Say, keep it till I need it. Because that's not where my blessings come from. So I don't support people, you know what I'm saying, so those people will support me back. Like a lot of y'all do. Because I see y'all on there crying, you know what I'm saying, oh, I do everything for everybody and don't nobody do nothing for me. Stop doing shit for everybody. That's your bad. Stop doing shit for everybody. Simple as that. You're not wrong. Because you trying to help people and you're not in a situation to be okay when you're helping people. So you wrong for that, not them. You wrong for that. Ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying, responsible for that. Just because if you have to help them, you know they're not in a situation to help you. So why would you be upset when they can't help you later? That's crazy. Show support, you know what I'm saying, and the support you show, and don't look for it to come back, it'll come back in another way. But we got to get back to that. We got to get out of being selfish. And like, oh, I support the people who I know I can get something from, or no, that's not what it's all about. Support, you know what I'm saying, people because that's the thing to do. If you can't support them, stop it. Stop it. Me personally, I've always supported people in any situation that I could. I can't say that I help everybody every time they needed help. I can't say I always had the cash when you needed cash. You know, I can't say I always had the answer to every question when you needed an answer. But I guarantee you, if you call me, I was there. I was there in any way I could. It might not have been how you needed me to be there or you wanted me to be there, but I was there. For real. And the one thing about it, if anybody tell you that I ever changed up, ask them what they did. They probably won't tell you, but ask them what they, because support, loyalty is everything to me. Loyalty. Loyalty to me means as long as we are on the same page and you rocking with me like we rocking and we respecting these, like I said, I'm not going to tell you, you can go get a man. I got women, you know what I'm saying, that I'm loyal to right now, they got me. They still know if anything happened, I can pick up and call him. I'm not a side nigga, I'm a real nigga. That's what y'all fail to realize. Y'all putting titles on stuff and y'all trying to change the game to stuff. You know what I'm saying? Why couldn't a man have a woman free? Because you insecure? That's your bad. Why couldn't a man have a woman free? Because you insecure? No, get your weight up. Learn to do it right. Because if you got a friend and that he a male, you want him to be happy. Even if it's not with you, you should want him to be happy. Women, if I got girls, I want them to be happy. I know I'm not the guy to make all of them happy, but I want them to be happy. I want them to find somebody that makes them happy because I care about them. Because I care about them. I'm not trying to handcuff nobody. That's not what you do with stuff that you care about. You don't take your trophy and put it on the shelf, you know what I'm saying, and let it catch dust. Because, you know what I'm saying, that's not how to show respect for the trophy. You want everybody, look, man, look at my trophy. Look what I want. Like, yeah, you can hold it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's my accomplishment. Maybe that'll motivate you. You know what I'm saying? You can go win you a trophy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we doing it all wrong, man. A lot of us have so many unresolved personal issues that we don't have the ability to support. We don't have the ability to respect. Trust. We don't, like I said, we don't have no boundaries. We can't communicate, none of that. But we are all out here looking for our soulmate, or think about that. Think about how crazy that sounds. Think about that. Think about, you know what I'm saying, how deranged I would sound as a man if I'm saying all women ain't shit, but I'm still pursuing them. Think about that. How damaged, what kind of damage would I be doing to those women? Because if I made up in my mind, you ain't shit, no matter what woman I'm with, she's not going to be shit to me. Because that's my mentality. No matter how good she is, what she do for me or nothing. So that's how we as men destroy women. That's how a lot of women, you know what I'm saying, do they part to hurt men and destroy men and get men to the point where they don't want to be in a relationship no more. Because the next man damaged you and you bringing it all to me. Why would you be with me? Leave. If men ain't shit, if a man can't tell you nothing, leave a man. Why would you be with him if he can't tell you nothing? How damaged would you have to be with, you know what I'm saying, to be with a man who you don't trust to tell you what's right? Why would you be in a relationship with that man? How do it make sense? But that's what we do. That's what I see y'all all the time. Jump in a relationship with these dudes a week, now you getting engaged. A month, now you getting engaged. You don't know the man. So I'm wrong when I say I'm not condoning it. What would I congratulate you for? That's just like congratulating single parents, you know what I'm saying, for having babies. That's just like graduating, that's just like, you know what I'm saying, having, you know, congratulating single mothers for being single parents. I don't do that. I don't do that. No, but we do it now. That's why we do all the baby reveal, the gender reveal. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing it. It's a bunch of wasted money. But we got to learn to support each other. We got to learn to support each other. Next, after that, just like with me and my friends and the people I deal with, do we have shared values and goals? Do you know how many people I've cut off because they don't do shit the way I do it, or they don't do things the way I do it? And I know because we do things different, it's going to cause conflict later on. I don't like conflict. So I'm going to avoid it. Like I told you, I'm going to avoid it at all costs. Hey man, we don't do business the same way. You do it a little different than I do it. You know what I'm saying? To keep down the confusion in the future, I'm just going to pull up. And we just not going to do business together. That way, you know what I'm saying, I can maintain a relationship. I won't let the conflict I see in the future destroy what, you know what I'm saying, we got. That don't mean I can't deal with you. It's like we just can't do that business together. But do we have similar goals? That's what it's all about right now with me. I got my own goals. But I have people around me who have similar goals, and I'm able to see, wow, you want to do that. I'm doing something like that here. Why don't we partner and we can both benefit? I handle this and this, and you can just handle that you're trying to do, and it can benefit me too. I do marketing media, so I try to partner with people. I try to partner with photographers. I try to partner with videographers. I try to partner with graphic designers and everything. Because they building a business, I'm building a business. You have a product, you know what I'm saying, that I can sell to my clients, that I can buy from you, you know what I'm saying, put some money in your pocket and then sell to my clients and make me a little money and make them happy. Fair saying than a right. But, man, like I said, we need to get back to the basics. We need to get back to the basics. We need to start reestablishing, you know what I'm saying, these relationships. And we need to start being more accessible. More accessible. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's going to do it? We did, like we talked about. All this is relationships based. So, The families aren't strong no more. The neighborhoods aren't strong no more. The communities aren't strong because we don't know how to build those relationships. We don't know how to nurture those relationships. We don't respect those relationships. I respect each relationship with each one of y'all I have. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always trying to reach out. It might not be all the time, but I'm always trying to reach out, check on people, make sure people good because I give a damn. And it's not because I need you to do it for me. It's because I give a damn about you. That's not going to change until you show me that it's not, you know what I'm saying, worth my effort to give a damn. But we need to rebuild our relationships. We need to rebuild our relationships. On the basic level, I got, you know what I'm saying, people in the city. I've been back in Shreveport now like 2 or 3 years. Shreveport ain't big as nothing. It's not Dallas. It don't take me an hour to get across town. You know what I'm saying? Like I do it now. I can go anywhere in Shreveport in 20 minutes. And since I can, like, it shouldn't be nobody, you know what I'm saying, in my family that I don't know. Think about that. My granddaddy said something a long time ago about relationships. Boy, I'm going to take you around and show you all your kin people so you don't make no mistakes. We don't do that no more. We don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? We don't have the reunions regularly so we know who all our cousins is. You get out right now and get in some mess, you know what I'm saying? You don't know where your help coming from. You don't know what. But you got family. It's family. You got family all over the city. People don't even talk to their family. I ain't mad at you. But I tell you this, when you know what I'm saying, if you want to be a recluse and you want to get out and you don't want to know, like, God forbid, I know a few people who, you know what I'm saying, like, I don't fuck with nobody. They died, you know what I'm saying, they stayed up in the house till they was stinking. Because they didn't fuck with nobody. They didn't have no friends. They didn't socialize. Literally, I know a couple of people, literally, I don't fuck with nobody. I don't mess around and die, and then ain't nobody came to check on you. Ain't nobody thought about it because you don't check on people. You don't socialize. You know what I'm saying? You don't, you know what I'm saying, respect people. You don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, don't be like that. Don't be the old maid, you know what I'm saying, trying to say that everybody did you wrong and everybody, you know what I'm saying, messed over you throughout your life. You know what I'm saying? And you bitter and old and by yourself. No, man, we got to do better. Just because you're older, you realize, you know what I'm saying, you're getting older now, you know what I'm saying, and you want to, you know what I'm saying, straighten up your life and you want to get your life right. Don't try to, you know what I'm saying, force nothing on nobody else. Don't try to force nobody, well, I want a man that know how to love me, and it don't take all this time. I mean, you can't tell the next person how to relate, how to build relations, and how to establish strong relationships. You can't rush them. All that's going to get you is, like you said, bitter and feeling bad. That's all that's going to get you. And a lot of y'all like that now. Y'all sitting up in them houses, y'all mad. Well, I'm happy because I got my cat. And I salute you. Good deal. If that's what it takes for you to be right. But God did not put us here, man, to be by ourselves. He didn't put us here to be in a relationship with everybody we came in contact with either. But socializing. We have to start socializing. We have to get back to, like I said, socializing. Relating, relations, and relationships. We got to get back to it. But, as usual, when I get to running my mouth, man, my time go by fast. So, it's done. So with episode 7 out the way. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I enjoyed all the time. Let me check some of these comments. That'll work. Like I said though, man. Once again, relating, building relations, and establishing relationships. We have to do it in our home. We have to rebuild our relationships in our home, our relationship with our kids, our relationships with our spouses. We have to build and we have to nurture that. We have to learn. Or if you don't want it, then leave them alone. If you don't want it, let them go. But we need to reestablish our strong relationships. We do. That's the only way we're going to make it as a people. You can't do it by yourself. You can't change the world by yourself. You can't start the company and run the company by yourself. I guarantee you. I done tried it. So, let's get back to building strong, healthy relationships, people. Again, I thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the people who share the videos. I appreciate the people who go back and watch the videos later once I post them on YouTube. I appreciate all y'all, man. Without y'all, it wouldn't be possible. And again, I'd like to say thank y'all for tuning in. Let's work, man. Let's work. Let's build relationships, man. Let's build our relationships back. Let's learn to trust each other. Let's learn to work with each other. Let's learn to communicate. We can take over the world. It don't take but 4 or 5 of us, you know what I'm saying, with the right mindset and the commitment. We can take over the world, man. For real. Let's do it. Y'all take care. I'm about to tap out, man, and I'll chop it up with y'all later. Appreciate you. Peace.